The Premier League fixtures are out and I was looking at them and I was like, nah, they've done Manchester United dirty. I will say that, man. Carrying the form of last season, finishing 15th in the Premier League. Then in the first 5 games of the season, you are facing 3 teams from the Big Six. 3 teams from the Big Six, man. Maybe the footballing gods are against Manchester United or something like that. Or when Paul Pogba said that there's a hyena at Old Trafford, maybe it is true there's a hyena buried at Old Trafford, because everything that is happening to us, it is bad luck. But saying this, it does not mean that Manchester United maybe are going to lose their first game against Arsenal, lose against Manchester City match day 4, or against Chelsea match day 5 now. But if you get maybe a newly promoted team from the Championship and you play against in your first game of the Premier League, it might be better to go the confidence that you are building in your squad and everything, that all being considered. But let's talk about the fixtures. Manchester United in the first game of the season, it will be at Old Trafford in the 17th of August, and they'll be playing against Arsenal Football Club. Of all the 19 teams in the Premier League, they decided to give us Arsenal, but these are the teams that obviously you will face in the Premier League. You are playing the best league in the world, so these are the teams you will face. At this point, making any prediction, it is pointless, because Arsenal, the way they are moving in the transfer market, they are moving very slow in the transfer market. The way the season they had last year, they need instant improvement to bring into that squad, so that maybe next season they can challenge for something. I think, who is that new sporting director at Arsenal who is in charge of transfer? And Rabet, I think that guy should start moving very fast, because the way the days are moving, the transfer window, the Premier League, just after the Club World Cup, the only thing that people will be thinking about it is the Community Shield, the UEFA Super Cup, then boom, back to the league. So I think making prediction at this point, it is pointless. But the way Arsenal are moving in the transfer market, it is not good at all, and I think most Arsenal fans will back me in this one. The way your team is moving in the transfer market, it is not inspiring, and it is not even giving hopes to the fan. And the other side, Manchester United, the team which will be playing against in the first game of the Premier League, they have also made one signing, Matthias Cunha. But whatever is happening with the outgoings at Manchester United, I'm not happy with it, man. We should get rid of these players, man, because the season is over, and I think every Manchester United fan now is like, has forgot the season we had, has forgotten that we lost to Tottenham in a very disgusting manner in the Europa League final. And I hear some of them saying that, well, maybe we should give Luke Shaw another season. Maybe we should try again Casemiro at the midfield. Maybe we should do this, blah, blah, blah. Bro, if we go to the next season with this type of player, even if we had Matthias Cunha, Ruben Amorim, and a striker, and we don't get a midfielder or a goalkeeper, you go to the season and you are cooked. So the teams that will be playing against in the first match day of the season, which is the big game, obviously, that weekend, Manchester United against Arsenal at Old Trafford. The way this team has been moving in the transfer window, it is not good at all. But if you have to pick one team that maybe is doing better because they've made one sign, it is Manchester United. And for Ruben Amorim, you have to win these games, man. You have to win these games, these first 5 games of the season. I know they'll be hard, they are hard, and they'll be not be easy for you to win. But for you to cement your trust with the fans, you will absolutely have to win these games, because these Manchester United fans are the ones who said, keep Ruben Amorim, he came in the middle of the season, blah blah blah, he don't have the players. But this transfer window, we are not sure that we'll get all the players we wanted, because the CEO at Manchester United, Omar Berrada, says something that did not sit well with me as a Manchester United fan. He's saying that Manchester United have to wait until 2028 for them to maybe challenge and win the Premier League. Manchester United need 3 to 4 transfer windows for them to give Ruben Amorim the squad he deserves and make a squad river, which a lot of Manchester United fans, including me, expected that to happen this summer. But as we are seeing, it will not happen. We might go to next season with Andronana still as our goalkeeper. We may go next season still Manuel Ugarte and Casemiro at that heart of midfield, maybe with partnering Kobe Mainu and Bruno Fernandes, if we get that deal over the line, of which I'm thinking that deal, why is the deal taking this long, man? They should get this deal over the line. Manchester United, get this deal over the line. You want to drag it for very long, then all of a sudden Thomas Frank and Tottenham come to this deal, and just like that, they steal Ruben Amorim from us, of which that guy, we cannot afford to lose him in the transfer window. This is a guy who has scored 20 Premier League goals this season. 20 Premier League goals this season. We cannot afford to lose him to another club like Tottenham Hotspur. I know they have Champions League. That is an advantage over us, but let's be real, man. Let's go all in and focus on Bryan Mbeumo. Then after that, maybe we can look for a striker. For Victor Gyökeres, I'm counting him out because he rejected Manchester United. Though Fabrizio Romano is saying that he did not reject Manchester United, but giving Arsenal your first priority and Manchester United your second priority, that does not mean that you are in love with Manchester United and you are in love with the club. The second game will be against Fulham, then against Burnley. These are two which might be easy game for Manchester United. If we play well, we might win these games. And for Ruben Amorim, it is a must-win games for you, man. These games are a must-win. Then match day 4, we go back to another big game, the Manchester Derby, Manchester United against Manchester City in that match day 4. Again, I'm not making a prediction, but I'm here to say this. The way Manchester City are moving in the transfer window and the way Manchester United have been moving in the transfer window, we might go into this game Manchester City being the better team over Manchester United. I know Manchester City in the first 3 games, they will have played Wolves, Spurs, then Brighton. Wolves, Spurs, Brighton. In this game, the worst case scenario, it is 7 points or 6 points. But in these games, first 3 games for Manchester City, I see them collecting all the 9 points. And coming into this game, Manchester City, obviously it means that will be in top form, winning all your first 3 games of the season, and then you are going to play against your City rival Manchester United, and you are like, wow, this is the team that we should prove to the fans that we didn't win those 3 first games with a fluke. No, we are a good team, we are a better team. And the likes of Ryan Cherki, Tijani Reinders, that there, we saw them in the Club World Cup. These guys are balling, these guys are very good. And Manchester City, maybe they have done a very pretty good signings this transfer win. And as we all know, it is not over. Then match day 5, again you are playing against Chelsea. Against Chelsea, which for the first 4 games of the season, I think in the whole Big 6, I think Chelsea and Liverpool maybe they're the ones who have gotten pretty easy start of the season. But let's look at the Chelsea first 4 games, which it will be the form that they'll carry coming into that game playing against Manchester United. They'll be playing against Crystal Palace, West Ham, Fulham, then I think it is Brentford. What do all these 3 teams have in common? They are all in London. So that means what? In the first 4 games of the season, Chelsea will be in London and they will not move outside London. It will be just traveling in a bus, just down the road, just across the street, just across this one stadium, just across this one road, and they are directly to their opponents. And it is highly likely that Chelsea might win their first 4 games of the season, and they will be coming to this game against Manchester United on top form. Imagine winning your first 4 games of the season, then the next game, which is your 5th game, you are playing against Manchester United, which finished 15th in the last Premier League, and maybe if we don't have a good start of the season. So for Ruben Amorim, this is a challenge for you, man. This is absolutely a challenge for you. This is a challenge for you. You obviously have to win at least 3 or 4. No, against Arsenal I think we are at home, and against Chelsea I think we are at home. So these 2 games against Arsenal and against Chelsea, you should go all in and make sure that you win these games, because for the second leg you are away. If you play your best you can win, but we all know how away games are, man. You might end up there getting a draw or maybe getting an L. A win, it was always if you play better at away you can get a win. So Ruben Amorim, go all in. These Manchester United fans who have been backing you, give him another time, give him more time. Ruben Amorim should not leave Manchester United and all those stuffs we have had. If you don't perform, man, if you don't perform for this football club by December is far. The league starts on August. Let's say he loses his games in August, he loses most games in September, of which I'm not here saying that because I want Ruben Amorim to lose and leave the club. Of course, I'm a Manchester United fan and I would want Ruben Amorim to perform his level best at Manchester United. But imagine he loses his August games, September, October. By November, these Manchester United fans will be hanging your head and asking you to leave the club. So for Ruben Amorim, this is a test for you. For those players also, this is a test for you. For the Manchester United fans who maybe are watching this in the United Kingdom, show up at Old Trafford in that first game against Arsenal and give Arsenal the hell. And then for this board, Ineos, Omar Berrada, Will Cox, and who is this other guy? Christopher Vivel, who is in charge of recruitment. Guys, We know the financial situation is not good, but make sure you move in this transfer window. We don't want to go to pre-season and we have not signed all the players that Ruben Amorim needs next season, because if you start mentioning the positions that we need, we already have one number 10. The second, who is Matheus Cunha. Then we might get Brian Mbeumo from Brentford. Then for number 9, Victor Gyökeres, Manchester United is not his first priority. He did not reject Manchester United as Fabrizio Romano said, but Manchester United is not his first priority. So we should go with players who think Manchester United as their first priority. Then another thing, we need a goalkeeper and a central midfield. We get signings of all this. We get 2 number 10s, our striker, then we fail to sign a goalkeeper. And the goalkeeper I've seen being linked to Emi Martinez, and we fail to sign a midfielder. We'll continue seeing this shitty Manchester United playing. So all the best in those first games, Ruben Amorim. Of course, now we should focus to Club World Cup. My next video will be that review, Real Madrid draw against Al Hilal, but that will be in the next video. And don't forget to like, guys. It really helps in boosting the video. Don't forget to leave a sub. If you are free, you are also free to leave a comment on the types of content you want me to do. And all in all, don't forget to leave a sub. Peace. I'm out.